Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to a 48-hour readathon. Some of my booktube friends and I are doing another 48-hour readathon in our group chat, and it's all about to go down at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from today till 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. It is Friday right now, so 48 hours. Math. Are you impressed with me? And I'm going to try to read as much as I can, but right now, since it's 1:38, I need to make a plan of how I'm starting and what I genuinely want to accomplish. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of be, you know? Let's look at the list of books I'm reading and prioritize. All right, my audiobook for these 48 hours is going to be Wild Seed by Octavia Butler. I'm pretty sure it's a science fiction. I've read an Octavia Butler before. I read Kindred. I loved it. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. So I wanted to read more of her work. This is what my library had available. The audiobook's due in like 9 days because I've had the hold for a while, but I didn't get around to reading it yet. So I'm going to read that. That's a huge priority. I also need to read a few more chapters of Persuasion by Jane Austen because I'm buddy reading that with Amy from A Star Reads. And we have a discussion on Sunday that I have a few more chapters to catch up on before we have. I'm in the middle, well, not the middle. I'm still very near the beginning. I'm on page 30 of Wink of an Eye by Lynn, Chandler, Willis. It's a private investigator story, so I'm hoping to get through this. So this, Wild Seed, and a few chapters of Persuasion are like my first priorities, and then I would probably like to start Ruin and Rising because my hold came in, maybe getting some War and Peace reading done. I'm now officially at 40%, so we've made small progress over the past few days, but progress nevertheless. And then kind of whatever I want to, maybe starting books for other video projects, maybe just going with what I feel like. But the first priority is Wink of an Eye, like 3 chapters of Persuasion, and Wild Seed by Octavia Butler. I'm excited about it. It's 1:57, so I just grabbed my necessities to fuel myself, and we're about to go crazy. All right, it's 3:36 and I have an update for you. In the first hour, I listened to the first 20% of Wild Seed, and I'm enjoying it so far, but I don't really have any commentary on it yet. First of all, because there's like a lot going on and I want to be able to think on that before I talk, because Octavia Butler's books are always so intriguing and they're always like about very important regional topics and such. Anyway, and then I jumped on some reading sprints with my friends and we're just finishing up our first sprint now, but in that sprint, I read 20 pages of Persuasion, bringing me to the end of where I needed to be at this week to talk with Amy about it. So one of my goals checked off the list, exciting stuff. Oof, my knees hurt. But it's just past 5 o'clock. I reached 40% of Wild Seed by Octavia Butler. I'm still enjoying it. Definitely, like, we knew in the beginning that there were fantastical things going on and that certain characters had certain powers, but we saw more demonstrations of what the main female characters' powers are like, and that was really interesting. I don't really want to elaborate on that because I feel like it was more interesting going in without knowing, and now there's like some marriage drama that's about to happen, so that's pretty interesting. I'm enjoying it so far. Not as much maybe as Kindred, but they've just finished crossing the ocean from Africa, and they had a good discussion about like the ship they were on versus regular slave ships, how the main male character like treats who he calls his people. I don't know, I don't like him, but it's hard to explain how exactly. Like, he's very manipulative and you get his perspective sometimes and you're just like, oof, I wish he wasn't thinking that. But it is interesting to see that perspective. Like, I think it's smart that it's written that way. So I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know how much reading I'm going to get while I go upstairs to hang out with my family and have dinner, but I will bring Wink of an Eye with me. So I'll let you know if I get any reading done. With the never-changing view of my room all around me, as I will pretty much exclusively vlog in here, I just hit my knee reflex and my leg shot out. I hit it with my book, Wink of an Eye, which I was reading before dinner. And I started on page 30 of this, and now I'm on page 82. And so far, I'm enjoying it. It's about a private investigator who's on the run, and it's not very clear why he left Vegas, but he's visiting his sister in Wink, Texas, and gets roped into doing a case because he is a private investigator pro bono about the mysterious suicide of this one police officer, and it seems that there's a lot of like small town corruption going on. Good reading vibes, terrible life vibes, right? But very intriguing for a book, so I'm interested to see where it continues to go. Did I say it was 6:30 now? It's 6:30. I might read a little more of this, but we'll see. I've moved outside for fresh air and stretching my legs because my knees hurt from the way that I've been sitting all afternoon. Go read and breathe and just relax. It's really pretty out today. And it's been raining pretty much every day since I got back from school to home, so it being an actually nice day is... Is it like a written rule somewhere that children involved in these cases have to be unable to swim for some reason? Good morning. It's 10 a.m. I didn't read anything after like 7 p.m. last night. I was just talking with friends and chilling. And then I stayed up pretty late, so I slept in. So now it's 10. So I gotta get this reading bus on the road. So I think what I'm going to do is turn on the audiobook while I'm getting ready and go from there. But I will say I have a headache, which is not helpful. So stay tuned. It's now 2:10 p.m. and I just got back from walking to Circle K with my sister so that we could get Polar Pops and Dippin' Dots, and now I'm about to run to the grocery store with my dad to help him get some things for the house. And then my next goal will be to finish Wild Seed because this morning I got up to like 86% of it and I'm enjoying it so far. This latter half is feeling a lot more like Kindred than the first half was feeling, which is interesting. I still think I liked Kindred more, but this is not bad or anything. It's feeling like a 4 stars. I explained it to my friend that I was talking to last night. Like I explained the plot of it and we agreed it's a weird one, but I enjoy weird plots sometimes, so it's good. It's just 3:37 p.m. and I just finished Wild Seed and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was really interesting. Again, not as good as Kindred, but a lot of similar themes and ideas and such. Basically, Octavia Butler, I don't know if this is true for all of her books, but at least the 2 that I've read have this theme of taking Black women who are used to being free and putting them in situations that are either directly traditional slavery or resemble it in some facets. And that has some interesting conversations surrounding it in general that you can't have when you just have people who are born as slaves. So lots of interesting commentary there. And Kindred was like slightly sci-fi-esque because it had a time travel element, but this was like heavy sci-fi, people with different abilities. I hesitate to call them superpowers, but superpowers essentially are powers of, I mean, superpowers is short for supernatural powers, right? Supernatural powers of some variety. The main character was a healer and a shapeshifter, and I really enjoyed the way that Octavia Butler wrote those abilities. I thought it was fascinating because it had to do with like scanning every cell in your body and understanding how things work and making your body work like that. And it was just, that's a terrible description of it, but it was so fascinating. I haven't read a 4-star book in a little while now, so I'm happy about that. Now I'm probably going to casually continue reading Wink of the Eye. Where is it? Oh, it's upstairs. But the Private Eye book while I watch a little bit of a stream just casually. So I think that's what I'm gonna do now. It's 6:15 p.m. I just finished up having dinner and going on a short walk with my sister, so I'm going to fill you in on what I managed to read of Wink of an Eye while I was casually watching part of the stream. So before dinner I watched a little over an hour of the stream. I was enjoying it thoroughly. The magic maneuvers involved were just good. And I got up to page 214, so I read about 80 pages while I was watching, and a lot happened involving like rattlesnake bites. I feel like we diverged largely from the plot for a couple dozen pages to fear for the life of this private investigator and his rattlesnake bite that he got in literally the stupidest way. But I'm enjoying it so far, and now there's like a conflict with the love interest because she may be involved in this trafficking ring. We're not really sure. She's for sure hiding something, but that's all we really know about it. And they found the murder weapon and such So all of that's very exciting. And I have less than 100 pages left of it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it tonight. It depends on what I get up to for the evening, but hopefully I'll definitely be able to finish it before the end of the readathon tomorrow at 2 p.m. Should be completely doable. But for now, I'm going to sit on the porch for a few minutes and probably read a little bit. As you just saw, I finished Wink of an Eye and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the mystery behind this and the different moving parts. There were a bunch of different illegal things going on that were kind of intertwined, and I really liked that. Also a pretty solid set of characters. Specifically, I liked a lot of the female characters. One of the female characters was like bi, and the grandmother was absolutely hilarious. And I loved the like kid who was involved in the case and his dog, so Tatum and Jasper. They were really wholesome. I didn't love the main character. He had some thoughts about women that I could have gone without him having. But overall, the mystery was pretty solid. And since it was like a mystery book or a private investigation book, that's what mattered most. So I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And that's another one checked off my list for these 48 hours. And it's now like 7:40 p.m. It's now 2 p.m. on Sunday, which means that the readathon is officially over. I read the 2 books that I told you about and about 15% of Ruin and Rising. So not the most successful 48 hours I've ever had, but I also watched some TV, talked with friends, went on several walks, so we're all good. So I'm going to end this vlog here. If you'd like to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Have you read any of these books? Do you find any of them interesting? Etc, etc. Any comments that you have, leave them down below. I love to chat with you. And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!